It's 6 p.m. and at the M25 Northern Control Centre, Emily and Tom are working the late shift.
We are the cutting edge of traffic management. We are seeking forward new horizons. And I am the tip of the spear.
He's touching cloth, he is.
You kind of ruined it there, Emily.
It's the tip of the turtle head.
There are more than 1,000 CCTV cameras keeping watch over the M25, helping them to keep road users safe. The UK's motorways are some of the safest in the world. But in a high-speed environment, danger is never far away, especially at night.
Anything could happen to you and nobody would know. Because look at it, you don't see a thing, it's just darkness. If I suddenly went over in that ditch, would anybody come and get me? Would a car go past and say, oh, there's a car in the ditch, shall we stop and see what's there? They wouldn't, they'd just drive straight past. So nobody would find me till the morning and then I'm dead.
For us in here, we're in no danger at all. The biggest danger we get is if, we schooled ourselves making a cup of tea. But for the on-road traffic, it's a very risky job. I don't think members of the public appreciate how risky it is.
There are 26 traffic officers working this evening, whose job it is to keep the motorway safe.
We've been known by other stations as cowboys.
I'd have said mavericks rather than cowboys.
Mavericks, yeah.
Grant and Steve have been working together for 10 years.
Actually, we're like an old married couple thinking about it.
A little bit.
Yeah, we are. I love you, Grant.
I love you too, Steve.
Okay. Our office is by the side of a strip of land where people are doing 70, 80, 90 mile an hour, and people are looking at phones and people are not obeying traffic signals. So yeah, it's always dangerous.
Every job that we do on the motorway as a traffic officer has the potential to be dangerous.
Five one, go ahead. Oh, wow. Whoa. We've got a massive vehicle fire on the M40, 2 to 1A. Yeah, received, thank you. Can I get another unit as well, over?
At junction 2 to 1A on the M40, a huge mobile crane has burst into flames.
That's epic.
Despite the erratic blaze, traffic is still trying to get past.
Oh, geez.
But the wheels have started to explode across the carriageway, narrowly missing drivers.
We've had to put stops across the whole carriageway because it has completely exploded.
As control room operator, it's down to Emily to decide on the best course of action, and fast.
So we're stopping traffic here. 6-1 are going to have to turn and go to scene. Then 6-2 are standing by.
20-metre high flames. Right, OK. Wow, that's gone up. I wonder what that's carrying.
The 92-ton crane caught fire when hydraulic fluid was sparked by an electrical fault. Despite the huge fireball, the driver has escaped unhurt.
Hotel Alpha Sierra's
got 12 tyres, which is what all the explosions were. Big tyres, it's a crane.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that there's no risk of that happening again. They're obviously holding it all shut at the moment until they can get it fully under control.
Right.
The crane has 12 wheels. Another could explode at any moment.
It's still alive.
It's still well alive, absolutely well alive. So we're going to be here a little while.
After dark, the average speed of traffic goes up by 20%, making the M25 much more dangerous.
Lima 72, go ahead.
It's past 11 p.m. and near Junction 5, Jason and his maintenance team are preparing for another night on the motorway. They are part of the hidden army of 90 nocturnal workers that keep the M25 spick and span, while the rest of us are sleeping.
Tonight we're in the all lanes running section on the M25, sign cleaning, grass cutting, litter picking, so there's quite a lot going on.
Tonight, they're coning off a slip road. Reduced traffic after dark makes this the best time to carry out their work. Despite this, 15 people have been killed on the job in the last decade.
I've known people to actually been killed where somebody's just come straight through, not took one blind bit of notice of the signs.
Ignoring the overhead signs, high-speed vehicles are cutting in front of Jason's truck to get off at the slip road, with just a few feet to spare.
There comes another one, and another one. Here comes a truck. Got a chevron area up there, you know, they're going to cut across it. I mean, how stupid are they? There he goes, look. Another, he's going.
And this is just the start of their night shift. At junction 2 to 1A on the M40, it also looks like it's going to be a long night. 35 firefighters are tackling a huge crane fire.
We've currently got both sides of the road stopped. We've got the hard shoulder completely engulfed. The centre reservation's on fire.
It takes over an hour to bring the blaze under control.
In this instance, our job is going to be traffic management immediately behind the fire engine.
Both carriageways have been closed, and there are currently hundreds of cars trapped on the motorway, some of whom have had a lucky escape.
We saw a massive fire, and then I saw something from this side shoot across as it exploded. It was mad.
But thank God we were a little bit behind it. It swerved, the tyre blew out, and then it just went in flames, you know? It just, everything went everywhere. This actually came off it from the explosion.
It takes the fire brigade 2 hours and 40,000 litres of foam and water to extinguish the blaze.
This earlier on was a £3.5 million crane that, due to some fuel fault, has caught fire, and that's what's left of it. That's what's caused all the chaos.
2 lanes are now clear of debris, and they can release the backlog of traffic.
Watch your backs!
But the crane weighs over twice that of a fully loaded articulated lorry, and they now need to figure out how to shift it off the motorway.
Just to let you know, the traffic has started to move now. Slightly on the bad news side, they reckon it's going to take 6 to 7 hours to actually get this crane up and away.
Back at Junction 5, Jason and his team are working on some essential maintenance. But sometimes the dangers come in small packages.
I just caught it, and so hopefully I ain't got none of it. It's very rarely that you get a full bottle of Coke or anything thrown out of the car, so 9 times out of 10, if it is a full bottle of something, it's going to be wee. On the motorway at night, there's always strange people, mainly us. We're the weirdest, I think, but I think you've got to be mad some nights to work when everyone else is tucked up in bed asleep.
Close to 700 people are injured in road accidents every year on the M25. So motorists and road workers are never far from danger.
The kind of dangers you would get on the M25, stuff like debris, broken down vehicles blocking the road. Things like pedestrians, like you don't think, why do people walk on the motorway? People do. It's the M25, all human life is here. If you build it, they will come and break down on it and cause a fantastic mess and have a big accident.
To reduce the dangers, a new motorway management system called Smart Motorways was introduced on the M25. Part of this new strategy was to remove the hard shoulder, which helps to ease congestion and has reduced accidents by 17%. Using the overhead automated signs, lanes can be closed easily and efficiently.
I think that cross means slow down, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, a third of us are unsure what these signs mean.
I'm doing 60. Does this say 60? Or is it... No, I'm doing 50. Right, I'm doing 50. I'm going to stick to the speed limit for a change.
Wow, there's a first time for everything.
Unbelievable. Lisa's going to stick to the speed limit.
Patrolling the southern section of the M25 are traffic officers Phil and Sam.
I think the worst habit has got to be just paying absolutely no attention to the signs and signals you got up on the gantries. People just completely ignore them because they're in a rush.
Lima 72, go ahead.
They've been called to junction 10. There has been a shunt in heavy traffic involving 3 cars.
We've just literally had a call in from our control room saying there's been a 3-car RTC just up here in the outside lane by junction 10.
Traffic is ignoring the closed lanes, causing tailbacks to build and making it even harder for Sam and Phil to get to the incident.
People are still oblivious to what the signs are. They just want to get to work and not worry about these guys' safety or our guys' safety. I don't want to go home in a box.
Once they are in front of the traffic, they can slow it down by zigzagging across the lanes in what is called a rolling roadblock.
Yeah, we've got a rolling road implemented with compliance at 7.1 over 1 on the Alpha Mike 25.
Eventually bringing it to a complete stop by hand. While they discuss how to clear the motorway of the smashed-up cars, Sam and Phil need to hold the traffic back. But for some, an empty hard shoulder is just too tempting.
Hey! 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 Golf Echo 62.
Golf Echo 62, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you noted that on log. We've just had an HGV run the hard shoulder straight through up to junction 10. I don't know if you can get the plate.
That's all received, unfortunately not. Camera is far in the distance. We will get it tagged though.
In 2014, a traffic officer was killed on the hard shoulder. The Highways England team take things like this very personally.
That's my colleagues on the road. He doesn't want to get stopped, so he's basically just put their lives at risk.
Despite a 44-ton articulated lorry breaking the roadblock at speed, some frustrated motorists seem oblivious to the dangers.
And you can see we've got people walking about, already had a couple of people in the outside lane just checking on what's going on. It's so dangerous to do that. And obviously now motorbikes just gone whizzing past, nearly hit them on in the outside lane. Don't do it, it's dangerous.
Before anyone else tries to break through the crash scene, and now with support from another unit to block the traffic, Sam and Phil need to get the 3 cars off the motorway, by any means necessary. After just 17 minutes, Sam and Phil manage to get the wreckage to the hard shoulder so they can release the waiting traffic before any further accidents can happen.
Yeah, we'll clear the carriageway. Yeah. Happy for you to release it whenever you're cleared up and ready.
They're on the hard shoulder, lane closures have been cleared, all 3 lanes of traffic, as you can see, are now free-flowing.
When it comes to dangerous driving, 57% of motorists believe the reputation of white van drivers is well deserved.
Come on, move over. Yes, I do swear at people. Yes, I do get road rage. And yeah, I will drive close to people if they just will not move out of one lane, they're lane hogging. I should just have lessons, compulsory lessons for motorways on how to actually drive. I suspect about 90% of people on the motorway wouldn't pass them anyway. I probably wouldn't start off with.
But despite their reputation, white van drivers are almost half as likely to be involved in a road accident as car drivers.
Yeah, he's not looking, and he's got a phone in his left hand. Well done, mate.
Lima 72, go ahead.
At junction 29, traffic officers Pete and Andy are patrolling their patch. Despite the dangers, these are 2 traffic officers who like their day job.
I do enjoy being here. Yeah. And no 2 days the same. No monotony to it.
I'll be climbing the walls at home. There's only so much loose women and bargain hunt you can watch.
They've spotted a lorry strap in the middle of the carriageway.
Come across the lorry strap in lane 2. We're going to try to retrieve by hand. Over. Am I going to do it or are you going to do it?
No, you can go and get in.
67-year-old Pete now has a difficult decision to make to avoid holding up the traffic.
I'm waiting for a suitable gap in the traffic so I can run out and get it, rather than putting a rolling block on. But I will wait for the suitable gap in the traffic. Andy, I think that's bedded in.
I'm looking at that, I'm wondering that. If not,
that's bedded in, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Off this one, Pete, maybe. No, get out.
That's bedded in, that's unmovable. We'll have to get a crowbar on that one.
Nearly 400 lorry straps are reported on the M25 every year, and for this one, Pete and Andy have had to stop the traffic after all.
Yeah, job done, yeah.
It may only be a bit of debris, but it gets struck to cause loads of problems.
Absolutely.
But that's the sort of thing that will bring a motorcyclist off a bike.
Comes through a windscreen.
Comes through a windscreen, blow tyres on lorries.
Yeah.
Wrap around axles, it can cause so many problems.
At night, the M25 becomes a very different beast. With less traffic but higher speeds, the chance of more serious incidents goes up.
6-1, go ahead. Yeah, received.
At junction 15, Grant and Steve are nearing the end of another late shift.
They've actually worked out that of all the vehicles, in any one day, of all the vehicles broken down over the hard shoulders of the motorway, something gets struck once every 11 minutes.
Sierra Lima 6-1.
A call has come in about a suspicious car on the hard shoulder. The control room believe it's been there for a while.
We had a bit of a weird description. It's coming as two characters standing on the hard shoulder, dressed in black, leaning against the barrier. All right, I'm just scanning through the cameras, trying to find... Oh, hello. There they are, look.
You all right? Do you need any assistance?
Police are on the scene. The car is uninsured and has been impounded, but they also suspect the driver of drink driving.
He's seizing the vehicle. They're getting a little bit stressy. Can we hang on just to show numbers?
There is no police backup, so ex-security guard Steve steps in to help.
Just sit in your car. We're traffic officers, we're not police. We've come to make sure everything's all right.
I need to be more worried about these officers than you.
We saw you were walking up the road. Listen, don't, calm down.
The car's passenger has been standing out in the cold for a while, so Grant gives him a foil blanket.
We're taking your car, but have a full blanket in the event you get cold. That's nice. Here, have some turkey foil.
Oh, listen, mate, just take that off, mate, yeah? Because you're making yourself look a...
Come away, what are you doing, mate? Don't touch, and don't touch anything over there either.
As the police backup arrives, Steve gives it one last try to cool down the driver.
Just do yourself a favour, calm down now. Just calm down.
Just chill.
Calm down.
After breathalyzing the driver, everyone's suspicions are confirmed.
I've just had the update from 6-1 that the driver's actually been arrested for being over the limit. Now we know.
Yeah, no, you might as well. Yeah, no, you've been a help. Cheers for that.
Don't sound so surprised.
Last year, 8,000 people were killed or injured in drink driver-related collisions. Another one off the road is a win for the Highways England team.
We could have every day where everybody goes home uninjured and the roads have moved as smoothly as we can make them. That's a good day.
Marvellous. I love a happy ending.
Next time,
Let's go and get drunk.
the big bank holiday getaway
Armageddon.
turns to chaos.
5 vehicles into the central reservation of her.
A paramedic is on scene.
That's epic. I've not seen anything like this in the 8 years I've worked here.
Everybody back.
This is the worst thing that could have happened.